You just don't get it. Go sit down. You can't read. You're missing all your spelling words. What's wrong with you? They go from that to feeling like, I can read. Oh my gosh, this makes sense. And I can write.
And sometimes parents are not able to identify that.
Right.
So they're thinking that there's a problem, that the child isn't working hard enough, when in reality, it's a condition.
Kids with dyslexia are trying 5 times harder to do the same work, but with me it worked because I said I'm willing to give it a try. Yeah. And he went 3 years from reading absolutely nothing, he couldn't read dad or mom or spell it, to reading multi-syllable words, 3-syllable words. If you have autism, it helps your confidence too.
Yeah, people call it a disability, but we call it a different ability.
Just pat him. Just gently stroke his head.
Hey everybody, welcome to Infinite Spectrum. My name is Juming Delmas. I am the founder of the organization. And what Infinite Spectrum is it's a organization that focuses heavily on the creative side, specifically podcasts, where we teach individuals on the spectrum about podcast production, all the way from pre-production to distribution, marketing and design. That's kind of what we do, because we are now living in the world and age of podcasting. And this is a great way for individuals to get their voice out. And what better way to teach podcasting than to not have one as well? We have a podcast called Autism Explained. And Autism Explained is designed for a place for voices, families, expertise, things of that nature to come out, speak about their life experiences and how they navigate through life, so that you can help others in that same way, while at the same time having subject matter experts on the podcast that will also be a resource to individuals with children on the spectrum or family members on the spectrum, as a resource available to you. And that podcast is now streaming on all major platforms. You can also get this information from our website at infinitespectrumfoundation.org.
On top of our program skills, we also have our Spectrum support that we host every second Thursday from 6:30 to 7:30. These formats come in both virtual and in-person, where we have interactive skills for individuals who are neurodivergent, who are parents, who are caregivers, who are college students, who are families or friends, or just individuals who want to learn more about the autism spectrum. Feel free to come out to any of our Spectrum support groups, and you can find out where we're hosting them at infinitespectrumfoundation.org/events.
All right, everybody, hello, and welcome to Autism Explained. I'm your host, Juming Delmas, and today I have a guest on the show. I don't even know her name, but I know she brought her dog. I do know that. And I told her, no dogs, and he's here anyways. How you doing, Cena?
You're gonna ruin my reputation. She always brings her dog.
She always brings her dog. We saw the dog running all over the event today.
He's greeting all the folks. He is the most friendly dog.
I haven't greeted anybody today.
Because you're rude.
I would agree with that. Most people have said that about me.
You just tell the truth.
Yeah.
So this is Charlie Chaplin.
Hi, Charlie.
He's Chaplin. Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare animal therapy dog.
Oh.
So he and I are a therapy team.
Oh, so you guys are a therapy team. You guys work together.
We visit schools.
Wait, hold on. What's your name?
Hospital. Kea.
Kea what?
Kea Herron.
Kea Herron. Welcome, Kea Herron.
Thank
you guys are therapists by nature.
Yes.
Right.
Well, I don't know about that, but.
So tell me about what do you guys do exactly?
Well, that's not why I'm here today.
Oh, why?
Charlie's here because he comes with me. He's basically such an amenable guy to everything I do. So if a therapy dog is allowed, I bring him. And I bring him to my own business where he provides a lot of therapy to my students. My business is Bees Knees Literacy.
Okay.
So I tell my students, you're the bee's knees, and they usually don't know what that means. And I say, that means you're the best.
So what do you guys do at Bees Knees?
So that's why I have this shirt that says, I'm the bee's knees.
What do you guys typically do at Bees Knees?
We tutor people who have dyslexia, which is a difficulty reading and writing.
Okay.
And spelling.
Okay.
Which is nothing to do with what works in your brain to make intelligence. It's a whole different part of the brain. A lot of people think, oh, if you have dyslexia, you must not be smart. It's totally the opposite.
So is it true that they read backwards?
That's kind of a stereotype. It really is.
So it's not a...
Some things get reversed sometimes.
Sometimes, okay. So it's not a common thing.
It's not the big thing.
So I'm a person that's ignorant to when I think dyslexia. What is dyslexia and what are like symptoms of a person with the dyslexia?
Well, you might misread some words. You might confuse some letters. You might
I
freeze
might be
up.
dyslexia.
Could be.
I
One
put
in
these words
five-
all the time.
1 in 5 people are dyslexic in the English language. of
1 in
English speak-
5?
Yes. So look around your friends, think about your friends. At least if 5 of them, every 5, one of them has dyslexia.
I
You
know a
see?
couple of
That
them right behind
explains
the
a
camera. I sent a text. It was very clear what I said in my text. At least I thought it was clear.
That's what you thought. You might have written it wrong, which could be
Which might be a thing.
same
Yeah.
thing.
So, like, how long has dyslexia been around? Like,
Forever.
it's been around. So when did we really start? Do you know, like, the origins of when we really started identifying it? When we started seeing
In
it?
the 1800s, some folks started figuring out what was going on and devised an approach in the late 1800s. And it's been refined over many years. Obviously, this is now 2026. And there was a Dr. Orton and a Dr. Gillingham. They put together an idea to make it, to help people with dyslexia read and write, and it works. So mostly schools have ignored it.
Mhm.
They just buy what the publishers convince them to buy when they get lobbied by those publishers. So for years, we haven't been teaching kids to read and write. We've been basically teaching them how not to read and write by saying, oh, look at that picture. What is that word?
Yep.
So they see a bear and they think, oh, I can read bear.
Yeah.
But they don't know how to decode B-E-A-R. What does that say? So what we do is we teach our students the sounds first. What sounds are, how your B is made, how your T is made.
I like
And
that.
what happens when you make that sound? Do you hear your voice? Do you feel a vibration or not? That's basic beginning, all the way up to learning prefixes and
I'm still bad at
suffixes.
prefixes and suffixes. I can't even spell
Prefix.
I'm still working on
It's
it.
some kind of a word that starts with
So my last question to you is, how does dyslexia tie into autism? Why typically do you see this crossover?
Well, I have several students who have both. They're on the autism spectrum and they have dyslexia. They're not necessarily related, but a lot of some students have both, and so I'm here because I like to always let people know that I can tutor your child if your child has both.
Right.
It's okay. It's
Right.
not like, oh, autism, no, I can't deal with that, no.
Yeah.
And one of the benefits of what I do, what we certified Orton-Gillingham specialists do with dyslexia, is the students' confidence goes way high.
Right.
They come from sometimes many years of being told, you're not trying hard enough. You just don't get it. Go sit down. You can't read, or you're not spelling out. You're missing all your spelling words. What's wrong with you?
So sometimes
They go from that to feeling like, I can read. Oh my gosh, this makes sense. And I can write.
and it starts from home, really, when you think about it, right? And sometimes parents are not able to identify that.
Right.
So they're thinking that there's a problem, that the child isn't working hard enough, when in
Right.
reality it's a condition.
Right.
And so
They're trying, mostly
Yeah.
kids with dyslexia are trying 5 times harder to do the same work.
it's
that
the
kids
lack of
without it.
education behind parents. And how or what kind of
Education out.
what would you suggest for
You can sit
parents
here,
who
Charlie.
are not familiar with dyslexia? How do people get out and just find that out? How do they know?
Right.
should
Nowadays,
they
you
start
can
with?
Google and get help with, I would recommend nonprofit groups' websites because they're not out to make a buck from telling you something or selling you something.
Right.
But like understood.org, that's nonprofit. I highly value that website. They give help to parents, teachers, friends, students on autism, dyslexia, other kinds of disabilities, other kinds of problems. I mean, some students with dyslexia, with or without autism, also have dyscalculia, which is math difficulty, dysgraphia, which is writing difficulty, especially handwriting, composing your writing. And they may have just one of those, but they could have all of them, any combination.
Do you do tutoring virtual, or is it person?
I have one online student because she's in California, so she
Okay.
can't really make it to my office here in Florida.
Okay.
But
So you are nationwide.
my other, I'll tutor somebody in any place in the world, any country, as long as they can connect with me. Right now, I have all my students in person except that one.
So why don't you tell everybody where we can find you at?
You can find me at beeskneesliteracy.com.
Like bees, B-E-E-S.
Yeah, I will spell it.
Keeees. Close.
You might miss, close.
I got too many E's in there.
E-E-S.
Oh, too many E's in there.
You got it.
I'm
And
working
then
on it.
Literacy, literacy.com, because it's a business.
It's a business. And what about socials?
I also have a page on Facebook.
Facebook, that's it?
Yeah, I don't really. I
Get
don't
into
have
different
time.
stuff for that.
I don't
You
have
ain't got
time to
for
do a
other
bunch of
stuff.
it. I'd have to hire somebody.
Yeah, it's okay.
So, but I've thought of doing some other things. But I supposedly retired. Helped my daughter graduate from high school. It's because of her. She's Ethiopian. It's because of her I learned about dyslexia. And I had to help her fight the schools because they weren't going to help her. So once I learned all that, I said, I might as well help other people. So I started this business to help other people, and I got trained in the approach I use, which is the most effective approach according to all the research.
Yeah.
So it works. I've had a few students who couldn't read anything I've had 7-year-olds crying in my office on their first day, anticipating I'm gonna ask them to read something they can't read, and they're going, I can't. One student was banging her head on the first day when I hadn't done anything. I start with games and getting to know you and all that, make it as comfortable as possible.
That's cool.
And we have some games that we use every day.
That's
And
cool.
then Charlie's there to hug them. If they're crying or upset, they hug them. I had a
I was crying
16-year-old.
upset last night. I needed
You
Charlie.
should have had Charlie visit you.
I started to call him.
I had an online student who was 16 and wouldn't let the camera be on his face. That's why he had gone through some tutors who said, no, that's not going to work. But with me, it worked because I said, I'm willing to give it a try. And he went 3 years from reading absolutely nothing. He couldn't read dad or mom or spell it, to reading multi-syllable words, 3-syllable words, and knowing how to spell them and reading stories and sentences with those in them. He was amazing. He got his high school diploma and went and got a great welding job.
Oh, yeah. I need a welding job. I'm still working on welding.
So anyway, it's fun. The parents thank me all the time because they see how their child's confidence has been lifted.
Shut up. Yeah.
And if you have autism, it helps your confidence too.
Yeah, people call it a disability, but we call it a different ability.
It is a difference.
Who's your name again? Tell me again.
Can I tell you one more thing?
Yes.
Quick.
Your name.
Kea.
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 Yes,
One more thing.
What's that?
If you think of some of the geniuses we've known about in the world,
Yep.
a whole bunch of them have dyslexia because your creative side is better and sharper because you don't have the dyslexia. You've already spent years figuring out stuff. So Richard Branson, Virgin Airlines creator.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg, filmmaker.
I met him.
Oh, cool, you
Yeah,
met
I
him.
met
He's a
Spielberg.
famous dyslexic.
Yeah.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Yep.
All sorts of very famous people, scientists. They would think Einstein and Leopold da Vinci had it.
Yeah, there was like the conversation around autism and dyslexia for Einstein.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the autism part.
Yep.
So
Well,
thank you so much for inviting us to talk with
Absolutely.
you.
Thank you, Kea.
Pleasure.
Thanks. Hey, big dog, I appreciate it. Thank you for jumping on the show. You know what I mean?
He's shy
Appreciate
about
you
his
being
paws.
on.
He's
Sorry.
shy about his paws. Just pat him. Just gently stroke his head.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Autism Explained. I'm your host, Juming Delmas, and thank you guys, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. Talk to you.